Former porn star Brittany De La Mora and her husband Richard are set to pastor an online church. Brittany recently made the announcement on social media. My colleague Charlene Aaron spoke with them about XXXChurch and its mission to empower people to break free from pornography addiction. Take a look.
Brittany, for those who may not know your story, how did you get involved in the sex industry?
I just grew up with so much rejection and so much brokenness that I was really searching for love in all the wrong places. And, you know, just the short version of it is that my need for affirmation and, you know, my desire to get away from some of the people that I had been hurt by led me into the adult film industry.
And you encountered XXXChurch while you were in the sex industry. What was that experience like?
So we used to, in the porn industry, we'd go to porn conventions, and that's where you sell your product and meet with your fans. And so I would go there, and I would always see this huge booth that said, Jesus loves porn stars. And, you know, it sparked curiosity in me. And there was this one woman who was always there. Her name was Rachel. And she just had, I used to tell her, I don't know what it is about you, but you just have so much light. Like you're just so bright, you know, like I wanted to be around her. And so every convention I would look for her, and, you know, the people that were serving with the ministry there would come and they'd bring me Bibles and lip gloss and coffee. And I used to ask them, okay, well, how much do I owe you for this? And they were like, no, you don't owe us anything. Like, just take the coffee. We just want to be a blessing. And so to me, that spoke multitudes to me, because my whole life, I always had people that wanted to take from me, but never did I have anyone that actually just wanted to give to me with expecting nothing in return. And so they continue to plant seeds in me that Jesus loved me. They would pray with me. And, you know, they just made such a dynamic difference in my life. And so when I got out of the porn industry, I actually reached out to them because my husband had given me a magazine that he found at our church that said XXXChurch on it. So he gave me this magazine. I reached out to them, and we ended up getting reconnected via email.
Amazing. And Richard, now here you guys have been now asked to lead XXXChurch. How did that all come about? And tell us about your reaction to being appointed its pastors now.
You know, that came about with Pastor Craig. Pastor Craig was in the shower, and as he was taking a shower, God spoke to him and he said, Craig, pass the baton, pass XXXChurch to Richard and Brittany De La Mora. And when he heard this, it was like as clear as day. So when he heard that message from the Lord, the next morning, he sent us an audio message telling what God told him. And from there, he asked us, how do you feel about that? And Brittany and I, we were amazed. We were thrilled. And the reason for it is because the XXXChurch played such an indelible difference to my wife's life, for literally helping her with almost everything. And it's just amazing that we get to come back into this ministry, helping others the way XXXChurch helped my wife.
Rich, talk a little bit about the porn problem that we see in our country. So many people, men and women, are addicted to pornography. How big of a problem are we talking?
Absolutely. I mean, the pornography is just such an epidemic right now. Wherever you look, wherever you go, the moral standard is dropping lower and lower and lower. And it almost seems like, you know, you can go on your phone or anywhere and you could access porn. And the reality is that these are the battles that we're facing here today. You know, my wife and I, we have a daughter coming in, and I'm thinking about her, and I'm thinking about this society we're in. And if we don't learn to go and confront this issue and attack this issue, then this issue is going to be prevalent in our relationships, in our marriage, and it's going to affect us. Therefore, we believe it's our mandate to go out there and help people with the pornography issue, because when porn starts to get into your system, get into your life, it affects you. It affects the way that you think. It affects your relationships. It affects what you desire. It affects your purity and your walk with God. So right now, my wife and I, we are on it like no other right now, doing our very best, going out there, helping people with this issue, and just really learning just to eradicate this problem that's going on today.
Amazing. What is your hope for XXXChurch, especially you, Brittany, with the fact that you have the history with them? What is your hope?
So I have a huge heart for outreach. I love going to the porn conventions. I love the fact that we get to hand out thousands of Bibles in a weekend. We usually bring between 10 and 20,000 Bibles, and we get to hand those out. We get to talk to people about Jesus. So I love encountering, like the last convention that I went to, I encountered an atheist who she just didn't want to have anything to do with God because her whole life she was told that she was going to go to hell. So she figured, like, why seek a God that's going to send me to hell? Absolutely. And when I got to tell her about the grace of God and what he's done in my life and how he's pursuing her, she looked at me and said, I never knew that Jesus loved me the way that you said. And she said, I'm going to go to church after this.